Welcome to Overboard, guys. So I'll be the first to admit that I didn't properly represent the hammer in my first range video. I do not know what I was thinking going up grass-covered hills in turbo and taking it onto gravel roads, and there was just like a ton of other things that never made it into the video. So today I'm doing a standard range test on paved surfaces only. We're here at the local bike trail to avoid as much stop and go riding as possible, and I'll be keeping it in sport mode from start to finish at around 20 miles per hour to get a more accurate idea of this board's range and hopefully doing her some justice in comparison to the almost 14 miles I squeezed out of her on my multi-terrain test. So with that being said, let's get right into the video. Well, all right guys, we're gonna get the remote turned on. We got a full charge on the remote and a full charge on the board. I got 30 miles on the odometer, sadly, because I only really get a ride when I film, and I've been putting some extra miles on those airless wheels. But let me go ahead and get the app started up, and we'll get out of here and get into sport mode. Let's get it. So there's something that I want to mention before we get too far down this trail, and I can't believe that I didn't mention it before in any of my videos, but Backfire has a 365-day warranty on this board, and it doesn't cover things like jacking your bearings up or wanting new tires or grip tape, but it does cover motors, ESC, and your battery pack, and anything that can go wrong with that, Backfire's got your back. Okay, so there's a few things about this board that I absolutely love that I want to go over with you guys. For one, it's the lines across the deck and the lines across the enclosure. They just look so nice. And I like that they've got the belts covered so any rocks or anything can't kick up in there. And it just kind of proves to you that this board was designed to be off-road. Another thing I love about this board are the wheels. They're just such a nice touch to this thing. And ever since I've ridden on pneumatics, it's just gonna be hard for me to go back to a street wheel. And to finish it off, it's the flex to this deck is just incredible. It's like nothing I've ever felt on a board. It eats most of the little bumps and vibrations up in the road for you, so you're just having a completely enjoyable experience when you're out riding. Okay, we got the first update. We had a little fluctuation, but nonetheless, we are down a bar. And we're sitting at 4 miles, on the dot. So, not doing terrible. We'll see what happens. Well, I don't know if you guys seen my carving video, but this area brings back some beautiful memories. Drop the clip. Yeah, we're good. I thank God I have my helmet on. Just lost my second bar. We're at 6.3 miles. I'm not 100% sure where I was sitting at this point in my all-terrain range test video, but I'm not upset about it. Definitely still has tons of power. I'm just trying not to use it up right now. So, see you on the next one. All right, well, I got another update. That's 3 out of 5 for you. Sitting at 10.2 miles. I think that this is a good time to say a little something about Backfire and their choice of battery cells. They shouldn't have cut the corner and skipped out on putting MOLA cells in this thing. I think that for the future, with a Hammer 2.0, I would love to see a 12S 4P or even a 12S 5P, but with MOLA cells in it. And then you're gonna have a board with monster range and monster power. I think that would be just the perfect setup. I got 4 out of 5 bars missing, but I'm still able to maintain 16, 17. Yeah, I'm still able to maintain 17 miles an hour in sport mode, and we are at 13.4 miles. Now, if I'm gonna use my last range test as like a comparison, I definitely have a lot more power. I got 1 bar left, but I'm still running at 15, 16 miles an hour. Still got, you know, still feeling pretty good. A lot happier than I was on my first range test. Obviously, I'm treating her a little differently, but definitely a lot better. All right, guys, we just lost that last bar. We're at 14.5 miles, but I'm still maintaining 11, 12. We got a little bit of a decline right here, but I'm doing 14 miles an hour in sport mode still. I'm a lot more happy about this test than my last one. I'm doing 16 now. Yeah, we're just gonna keep going and see how we end up. I think that's all she wrote. I am doing 1 mile an hour. Like I said in my past video, it's not good to drain your battery like this, so definitely never do it. But I had to make sure I push this thing to the same distance that I pushed on the last test. We'll meet back up at the truck and we'll go over the results. Yeah, the remote is reading 46 miles total from 30 miles. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the app up on the screen right now to show you guys the results. It's about 15.5 miles. It's 1.5 miles better than it was on my all-terrain video. I'm not mad about it, but you know, a guy would like a little bit more. Like I said in the ride, you know, I'd like to see a 4P or a 5P in the next model, but for the time being, this thing's definitely gonna do. I love it and it serves its purpose, and until the next time, peace. All right, guys, I've done a couple, one sec. This is just dying. I wanna kick it so bad. Okay, one sec.